Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to WWE News Daily. This is our daily roundup of the biggest WWE news stories. We've got quite a bit to go through again. There's just constant news at the moment, and there's some big stories as well. You can see the thumbnail, you can see the title. It's all talking about Nikki Cross, and there is a very good reason for that. Probably the biggest story outside of Lars Sullivan is the fact that Nikki Cross has said that she needs to make a change. Nikki Cross suffered a defeat to the hands of Peyton Royce. This took place this past week on Main Event. And afterwards, there was a WWE.com exclusive video with Nikki Cross. And she said that she knows that she needs to now step out of the darkness. She was saying that if you want to see what's underneath, then she needs to come out of the shade. And she was cutting this promo in like a dark corridor. And then she turned the light on. So very much suggesting that that kind of dark, mysterious character that she's had, she is now going to start moving away from that. It's also worth noting that she is now listed as a Raw superstar. So it looks like Nikki Cross has been drafted to Raw. And so it looks like that's where she's going to be staying for the time being. But there's lots of rumours doing the rounds at the moment that she could be about to join up with Bray Wyatt in the Firefly Funhouse. Now, this is something that's been expected. I think majority of WWE fans have kind of expected that Nikki Cross and potentially Eric Young as well could be joining Bray Wyatt in that Firefly Funhouse. Certainly the rumours that are circulating at the moment suggest that she could be doing that. Also, the fact that she has now come out and said that she needs to step into the light, kind of emerge from the darkness. It's very much what Bray Wyatt has done. If you think about that old Eater of Worlds character that Bray had, his promos were always in the dark. It was always surrounded by mystery, Sister Abigail, riddles, all of that kind of darkness. Clearly what he's doing now with the Funhouse, it's a lot brighter. Still feels sinister, but it is a lot brighter. He's certainly stepped out of the darkness. And so it's very interesting that Nikki Cross is saying that she needs to do the same. So watch this space. Very interesting developments in regards to Nikki Cross, who is a fantastic wrestler. I think a lot of wrestling fans are frustrated that Sanity didn't work out. She was a great part of Sanity. She was obviously a big factor down in NXT last summer because she was part of that Who Attacked Aleister Black storyline. We saw Lars Sullivan in the distance. My theory was it was Kathy Kelly, but it turned out to be Johnny Gargano, and she was obviously a massive part of that. So, yeah, she's kind of gone from being in one of the biggest NXT angles to now appearing on Main Event and not really being shown at all. So hopefully whatever the future does hold, she is going to have great success because she deserves it. Next, we got Lars update. This isn't as fun, unfortunately. Obviously, this Lars Sullivan story is just not going away. Obviously, he has come out and apologised. And for those of you that don't know, we have covered this in previous WWE News Daily videos. But Lars has made some very regrettable tweets and messages in his past. He says that they don't reflect the kind of person that he is now. A lot of these, though, do attack fellow WWE superstars. And not only that, there's like real racism in there and a lot of, as he said, regrettable stuff. Well, now one of WWE's sponsors have spoken out, and this is when things get really serious. Certainly WWE listens to its fans. We've seen that many times, what with Kofi Mania, Daniel Bryan winning the championship. So they listen to the fans, but they really listen to the sponsors. So the sponsors have come out. It's actually Mars Wrigley have come out, and I'll quote them here. They said, "We learned of Lars Sullivan's comments recently and share in your shock and disgust. As a values-based company, we find his behaviour abhorrent. I don't know how you say that word. I can't even say that word. That's bad, isn't it? Abhorrent. It's not a word I use that often. They go on to then say they're very interested to know what WWE are going to do about it, what action is going to be taken. So clearly this is not going away. It is a situation that has really snowballed. This is something that wasn't really a secret. Like, it had been mentioned when he was down in NXT. Then he got brought up to the main roster. Wasn't really much being said, and now it's reappeared. So it's I don't know. It's a messy situation. It's kind of a situation that's just not really going away, and you do have to wonder that even once they get past this, is it just going to reappear again in the future? This is a bad situation for everyone involved. I'm not sure where WWE go from here, but it is very interesting that one of the sponsors is now getting involved, and that could have real repercussions. So watch this space. On more positive news, though, we've got to talk about the Lost Classic. I am so excited for this. This is a classic match. That honestly, it's the Holy Grail. There's a few Holy Grail matches. This is absolutely up there. Could be number one. Lost Classics. There was a match that took place 1986. Bret Hart versus Tom McGee. Now, this wasn't televised. It happened, I think, like at a house show. And it was actually a tryout match. They were seeing if Tom McGee was any good. It was a tryout match for Tom McGee. And for some reason it was recorded, but it wasn't televised. I don't know if they were going to watch over the tapes at a later date to see, was Tom up to the standard or not. Apparently this match is so good. It is absolutely incredible that they actually thought they'd found the new Hulk Hogan. They thought Tom McGee was the next Hulk Hogan. And they gave him more matches after that, and it became apparent very, very quickly he was not the next Hulk Hogan. It seems like Bret Hart managed to get this fantastic match out of Tom McGee that Tom just could not replicate with different opponents. So for a long time now, wrestling fans have been desperate to see this match. What was all of that hype about? Why was everyone going so crazy about Tom McGee? Why then did Tom not get signed? Why didn't we then hear about him in the future? What happened? Well, get this. They have found the footage. This was found, I want to say about a month ago. And it is very interesting stuff, because after this week's Raw on the network, you will be able to see some of this match. I don't know if it's all of the match. I'm not sure if they're going to add the whole thing onto the network. I actually don't know who owns the rights, because I don't know if it was like WWE that found the match or someone that filmed it themselves. So it's hard to know where the match footage actually is. But the press release from WWE says there's going to be a full documentary that's going to take place after Raw, all about the match, the lead up to it, what happened during it, what happened after it, and that you will be able to see the match. Now, again, I don't know if that's in its entirety. We're going to have to wait and see, but this is a match not many people have seen. It was never televised. You're not going to find this on any compilation DVD that WWE have put out. It's not on any of those old videotapes. This is a real hidden gem. So this is a match that real wrestling fans really are excited about. So if you've got the network, I urge that after Raw, you jump straight over to the network. Check out this Bret Hart, Tom McGee documentary and match. And talking of the network, we can actually round up today's WWE News Daily by talking about a few changes that have been announced. Sadly, these aren't great changes. WWE have announced that the network going into June won't work on PS3, Xbox 360, Amazon Fire tablets, Windows 10 on desktop, and some other older devices. Apparently, for them to keep giving you like the best images and quality, they need to move away from older devices. So things like the PS3, the Xbox 360 and stuff like that. So just something to be aware of. There's a lot of people out there I know that watch the network on those devices. Still waiting for further news on all of that. It's kind of been a little bit hidden. Like you really have to look for this information. So every chance that things change on that. I'm just telling you the very latest that I've heard. So yeah, just something to be aware of. And that's about it, guys, for this Super Saturday edition. Obviously, we did a bumper edition yesterday. I think we'll probably do them every Friday. We'll do like a bit of a bigger one. We'll have a chat with people in the chat. I could see that being a regular like Friday evening kind of a video. You will get a daily one of these. They will unfortunately happen at different times just because of so many different things going on and when the news breaks and big news stories and things like that. So if you want to make sure you don't miss any, then hit that subscribe button. Then you are guaranteed to be notified when we do the next edition, which will be tomorrow. We've got other videos coming on the channel. We dropped a massive figure video last night as well. So make sure to check that out if you've not seen it already. And more importantly, have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic Saturday wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow.